How's everybody doing? I really want to talk about this subject. I just have an issue with talking to my iPad with no responses. But I'm going to try to do this, okay? I want to talk about the NeNe leaks situation that's going on. It just happened last night, live on the Iman Wiggins show. Shout out to my brother. How you doing? I just started following you with the Tasha K situation that just took place. And I'm going to have to tell you, my brother, I'm glad I found you. Okay? I'm very supportive of your channel. Keep doing what you do. So, for those of you who doesn't know Iman Wiggins or the Iman Wiggins show, he ended up doing a live stream last night. And the topic was NeNe leaks. Now, although the topic itself isn't really about NeNe leaks, she is the famous person surrounding this story, and therefore, of course, her name will be mentioned. Okay? So, just to kind of recap what took place or the situation, NeNe Leakes has a son. And if I'm correct, his name is Bryce or Brian. It isn't really important, but he is a young man who met a young woman on Facebook a couple of years ago. They ended up dating. She ended up getting pregnant. And based on her story, everything kind of fell apart with her and the family, or should I say his mother, NeNe Leakes, after she became pregnant. Okay? Now, from my understanding, her baby is about a year old now. And what she says, she's been trying to reach out to NeNe or the family by sending photographs of the baby as it was, growing up. It's only a year. I just want to put that out there. It's only a year. But she was sending photos and trying to get, reach out. And she said NeNe ended up blocking her for whatever reason. Now, there's some other things mixed in there. And it probably has to do a lot with the son, the baby daddy, whom, by the way, we found out to have allegedly, and I'm going to use the word allegedly, be on drugs. Okay? He has a drug issue. Apparently he had a drug issue prior to meeting this young woman. She says when she found out that he had a drug issue, she put her foot down and said, it's either me or the drugs. He chose her, which she is a beautiful woman, It takes more than that, young lady, to have somebody put down drugs if they really have an issue, though. I just want to put that out to you. But I do want to also say that it looks like you was willing to stick in there with that young man, which is kind of weird in a sense, right? Being a young woman, you find out a man is on drugs, and you willing to stick in there with him. So young, in a fresh relationship. It sounds like, I'm going to be honest. If I could be honest from a woman's standpoint, you see a man, he likes you, you find out he's on drugs, most of us would be like, hell no. You know what I mean? Especially if we find out in the beginning. But like, nah, we can't do that. Especially if you already have children, which she does. But what throws a little loop in this is that you know that you can get him to wrap around your pinky. And he happens to be from a wealthy family because his mother is NeNe Leakes. You might be able to fool a few people with that story. But the majority of us, especially women, nah, we're not falling for it, sweetheart. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not against you or anything. I'm going to just say that I'm looking at this young man. He's not built like that. Okay? He's not built like that. But you gave him the benefit of the doubt because his mother is built like that. Anyway, I'm gonna move past that, okay? And I'm not even trying to down you. You know what I'm saying? We all do things in our lives in order to if we find an opportunity, which I would suggest that people do. You find an opportunity. You know, you men, you need to start strapping up. Because sometimes you become the motherfucking opportunity. I'm just saying. Okay? You become the motherfucking opportunity. But anyway, and sometimes you ladies become the opportunity. It goes both ways. But, you know, when a man or woman, if you have wealthy family members, you should be extra careful. You should be making sure that you're not spreading your seed everywhere. Yes, you should be extra careful. But anyway, I digress. So, her relationship, as she states, fell apart because NeNe Leakes kind of probably looked at her differently once she got pregnant. I think in her story, she even mentioned there was a time when NeNe Leakes noticed that she wasn't drinking and she inquired, is she pregnant? Now I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest from a woman's point of view, a mother's point of view, a mother of sons? I had conversations with my sons, informing them that they need to protect themselves. If a young woman started visiting my home, I would make sure that my sons are doing the right thing as much as I can. The only thing I could do is make sure they have conversations with my sons. And if they need money to buy condoms, I let them know that if that's something you need, it's okay to come in, you know, knock at the door and say, hey, can I get some money? I need some money. You know what I mean? I'd rather give them that $10 than to have to be, you know, having them pay hundreds of thousands of dollars on a child with some woman that they don't even really know. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I am ready to be a grandmother. I can't wait. I'm so excited to be a grandmother. But my children aren't ready to be fathers. And I will not push them just so I could be a grandmother. So I'm doing everything I'm doing, which I am doing a lot to prepare for my grandkids, just in case I'm not here when they come about. Right? I'm actually preparing for my death, should I say. That's why my cooking channel, that's where the cooking channel comes from. You all think that I'm putting up a cooking channel to help you all. Well, if you watch it and you like it, go and do what you do. But I'm going to be honest, I haven't advertised that cooking channel because it's actually for my grandkids. I have a lot of videos that's hidden in that Creole and Cajun Living with Bomb Cherry. Okay, there's a lot of videos, messages to grandkids, whether they're females or males. I might open some of them up. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, let's get back to this story. So, the gist of the story is the female is saying that she's been reaching out to NeNe Leakes for that year of her child being here on this earth with pictures. NeNe blocked her, and now as a mother, she's concerned because she wants her innocent child to know both sides of her family. Now, to most of us, especially those of us who are women, to a lot of us, we see her point, right? A lot of us as adults, we're thinking, right, the child is an innocent child. The child is innocent, and therefore NeNe Leakes should be in the child's life because she's the grandmother. And I'm gonna be honest, deep down inside my gut, That's what I want to feel. I want to feel like the child will only benefit by knowing their grandparents on both sides of the spectrum, knowing their cousins and their uncles and aunts, right? That's what we all think, at least to a certain degree. But we can't have it both ways in this society. This gonna make some of you upset, but I'm gonna keep it 100. We are in a different time, in a different space when it comes to families. Right? We have young women and men out here being very destructive with their families. You can't be destructive with your family as if you don't give a fuck, right? Because some of y'all have that I don't give a fuck attitude. You throwing your seed every which way but the right way. We got women producing multiple families within one household. We're being reckless. And then you sit back and want to start crying. They deserve a family. They do deserve a family. And it boils down to the mothers and fathers. It boils down to the mothers and fathers. We have women who have children in one household with multiple grandparents, with multiple fathers. We have fathers out there who probably can't even keep up with every child that they have because they have them all over the place. Some of you wouldn't even be shocked if a woman from your past popped up and said, hey, this is your son or your daughter. This shit is getting ridiculous. And so if we have changed the way society look at families, then we need to look at that, study that, and realize what you are doing. If you want that regular type of family for your children, you need to provide it. Stop trying to birth your way into a family. It doesn't work that way. If you want a family, you marry into a family. You create a family. You cannot birth your way into families. And I'm going to explain to you why. See, my sons end up telling me that there's some woman out there who is carrying my grandchild. I'm going to be honest. A few things going to run through my head. Because I'm going to be excited. I want to be a grandmother. I'm going to be excited. A woman claims that she's carrying my son's seed. She's welcome in my house. And we'll figure that shit out. But I'm going to be also honest and say there will be a DNA test done. Okay? So, for you young ladies who are dealing with my sons, I'm just saying, don't be shocked when they come to you and say, we need a DNA test. If you don't want to go through that type of shit, if you feel insulted when a man says he need a DNA test, then you need to make sure he put a ring on it before he inseminates you. You need to maybe have gotten him to at least make some type of commitment, even if it's not the ring. Maybe there's a commitment where this man is saying, this is my woman. I'm here to take care of her. We are starting to build together. So yeah, that would include if y'all start moving together. Y'all moving together, okay. At least you know that he has made a commitment to you on some type of level. But other than that, anything short of a man moving you in and taking care of you. I'm not talking about taking you to dinner. You going to his mother's house for Super Bowl parties. You know what I'm saying? Anything that where he can be having other women in between time without you even meaning anything or knowing about it, that means you aren't in a committed relationship. I'm going to be 100. You're not in a committed relationship if that man hasn't made a true and honest commitment to you. We already know. Look at YouTube. We got a female who ended up getting pregnant on the premise that one day this man says he will marry her. He even stressed that it's not no time soon. They need to get on their feet and really get to know each other. She decided to bypass all of that motherfucker shit and to use an app to get pregnant, and now she's crying wolf on the internet here on YouTube. She's crying, oh, he left me. Oh, how he hurt me. How he lied to me. Girl, you didn't even know this man long enough to even know if he was a liar or not. You didn't know him long enough to even have bonded with him. All you saw was that this was a person you could mold into who you wanted him to be. And when he resisted, it fell apart. I'm not going to mention no names, but you all know who I'm talking about. Stop trying to birth your ways into families. That woman is on the other side of YouTube crying, showing that baby on face or on here on YouTube every fucking chance she get, in hopes that somebody will have compassion and decide to take her son in to their fold. And it looks sad. I feel sorry for her son, but we need to put the blame squarely where the fucking blame goes. The blame goes directly on his mother's head. And you cannot try to make other people feel sorry because of her fucking decisions. And some of you will say, well, what about the father? What about him? You're not blaming him. What do you mean I'm not blaming him? I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him because you know why? Because we all heard this man say, you know, you could tell she was trying to beg him to be into this relationship. And he kept saying in time and time and time and time. We heard her kept mentioning how she can't have a child. I can't get pregnant. I can't have a child. I can't get pregnant. If I told a man that I couldn't get pregnant, I would expect that he would believe me. The reason I would even tell a man that is to kind of say, you know, we ain't got to worry about none of that. We might worry about other things, but baby, you ain't going to never have to worry about, you know, us getting in that type of situation. That's the only reason I could see me telling a man that I can't get pregnant. You know, the young women who, when they don't want a man to wear that condom and shit, the first thing she says is, I can't get pregnant. He's pulling out the condom and she don't want the condom. I can't get pregnant. Some of you men need to wisen up because you don't really want to use the condom anyway. I get it, right? It feels much better without it. But y'all need to start using your brains. Even in times when the other head takes over. Think to yourself, wait a minute. What is the benefit of her telling me at this moment that she can't get pregnant? Then you need to start wondering, well, wait a minute. Why can't you get pregnant? Right? Why can't you get pregnant? Because those should be concerns for you men as well. Like, why can't she get pregnant? Did she have too many diseases that prevent her? Or maybe she had some type of injury. And did that injury really make it more difficult for her to get pregnant? Or she can't get pregnant? Because you know there's a difference. There's a difference between can't do something and it just be more difficult to do something. But I get it. Being a young, like being now, if I had to wear a condom all the time, that shit would piss me off. We would have to be looking for the right, perfect condom. Which one is the closest to it, being as natural as possible. You men think that it is difficult for you all to have a condom on because it doesn't feel right. Think about a woman. The friction from that condom going in and out. Some of these condoms have a powder on the outside of them that makes it real dry. It makes it more uncomfortable. You don't get that warmth. I'm sorry, I'm going too far in. I'm giving too much information. But basically, what I'm saying to you, though, is women do not like condoms just as much as you men. We don't like the way they feel, right? It feels much better without them. But everybody, at least one person within that intimacy that's about to take place, somebody, at least one of you, got to start using your brain. You know what I mean? We got to start using our brain and wondering, why is she or he okay to take that condom off? Is he so okay to take it off with me and other women? I'm sorry, there's so many questions. Listen, I was a young woman at a time, you know what I mean? And now being more mature, wiser, understanding what's really going on and what's at risk, I couldn't imagine being with some strange man without a condom on. In fact, it grosses me out to think about it, right? In my mind, I'm thinking, hell no. I might wake up in the morning with all kinds of issues. Burning, drip dropping everywhere. drip, drip, but when I was younger, I remember this one time, right? Guy I was dating, I can't even remember if he was my husband or not. I can't remember, but I remember like when he was like, when he suggested taking the condom off or even not putting it on, it felt like he was saying, hey, we serious now. We could trust one another. Like, it was almost like he was saying, I trust you. Question is, I've done some stupid shit as a young woman, right? Because if I wasn't married to you and I allowed you to have sex with me with a condom on, then, that was me being irresponsible. It worked out in my favor, yes, but that was just me being lucky, and I didn't do that shit often. Because when you come out of that daze, right, of that heightened sensitivity to your hormones and shit, when you're turned on and shit, when you come down off of that, I used to think clearly. I feel like I wouldn't be a great mother or even a great person if I didn't come online and tell y'all the truth. Some of you want me to be so nice. Oh, just hold her hand and tell her, well, sweetheart, what you did was right. No, I'm telling you that what you did was fucked up. And what I'm saying is, whatever your situation is, right? Whether you ended up pregnant, then what I tell you is, you got to take care of that baby. You got to do what you need to do. As a woman, as a person, as a man. You fucked up. The consequences are here. Now I'm going to tell you how to do that right. But we're not going to act like what you did wasn't wrong. We're not going to act like that just because a baby is born. You don't have to call a baby a mistake. But what you going to do as a parent when your child is your age, the age you were when you had them, what you going to tell them? Are you going to be honest with them and tell them, look, protect yourself so you won't have to be a parent at a young age. So you don't have to have multiple baby mothers. Because I'm going to tell you, men, this shit is not attractive. And you women who think that shit is attractive, think about shit the way I grew up thinking about shit. A man who already have families, he can't properly take care of you because he have to take care of his fucking children that he already have. I bet you think of it that way. I bet some of you will slow your asses down. I've always thought of that. I didn't want the man with the livest and baddest vehicle, right? Because with that came responsibilities. If he riding around in a BMW, then his car insurance is sky the fuck high. He might be riding around in that BMW, but I'm going to be the bitch who got to pay for our dinners when we go out. I'm sorry. I'm out. Hey, peace and one love.